Hello everybody. Today I explain my deck that I have lost the final of the match qualifier, and I try to explain how I have studied this building and why I have picked some cards instead of others and something else. This is my Liothan with accurate instead of river, because in a mid-range playing like as my deck is, I don't like river so much. So the core heroes are Astrida and Shalavi. Astrida build 3 presents, 3 Chas, and 3 Ice Wall. So the 3 mana cards that I have to have on my deck for lead and for quality of the cards presents, because change a lot the match where is Scatter Master, Tactician, and especially when you are the first player you can play with Flux, so it's very good. The other core hero is Shalavi that bring 3 charm, because I need to a nag value of modifier. So the best +2 cards probably is charm or time glitch, but I choose for charm because it is very good against the mirror match and against the disarm, and now disarm is very good card, so I have supposed that with the beta rules, I forgot to say that the match qualifier was with the beta rules, so the new rules, and no one have played a tournament with the new rules, so I don't know what expect on this tournament, but I supposed to find a lot of disarm, but probably it's the wrong choice. I don't know, but charm, in my opinion, is very good. Time Warp is very value cards. It's a -1, I know, but it's very good for choose the control token to win the last moment of the round, or escape for the enemy attack or something else. 1 redirect, and the other 3 mana cards, of course yellow, so 1 Soul Scream and 2 Wine Blast. The other set of an mid-range aggro building is Frail, with 3 Nourish, 3 Sacrifice, and 3 Snowblind, so a lot of healing cards for death damage and to stay alive, and the Snowblind is because it's very good in Ashen Pass, especially with a lot of white lines. You can disarm everyone from everywhere, so very good. And the fourth hero is Gurbian that brings Highest modifier, so Psychic Shield. I prefer to play Psychic Shield instead of another +2 card, because with the new beta rules I expect for a lot of Nupton, so Psychic Shield is very good against them, and it's a +3, so I am happy when I flip with Frail ability or Revenge, so it's fine. 2 Shelter, because with the 1 Dome only, in my opinion the game could be more longer, so Shelter is a very high value, like it can totally make a lot of damage on turn 3, on turn 4 especially. 3 to the highs, because it's a +2 of course, but disarm now is very better than before, so in my opinion it's very good. And the third -1 card is 1 Shove. Now, Korjov is setting against the full control deck, like as Taulots, Liothan. For this reason, I have built 2 Exhaustion, so plus the 3 Charm on the Chivalry is the 5 cards to remove condition against the Breedware Strida enemy. 1 Shatter Mind, because it's like 1 mana 3 damage, it's very good. 2 Strength of the Pack, and this is probably the best card I have built in Kojov in this game, because I have literally win of this the top 8 match against the full Tarot or for 7 damage to Nantaka. This was game, so Strength of the Pack against Tarot or Liothan is very good. 3 Nightmares Incarnate, because against Liothan is 3 blitzing damage or destroy the minion is very useful, and against Tarot you can destroy the enemy pillars response, so it's fine. And I have splitted the redirect 1 of the core heroes and 1 on Kojov and 1 on Agret. Because redirect is very the best counter to Sinkhole, is the best counter to Chasm, so it's the best counter to the enemy ultimates, because now Outsider is an enemy, so you can redirect, for example, the Song of the Siren of Astrida, you can redirect the enemy attack, so yeah, I probably need 2 pair of them against this type of decks. Agret is the anti-Tarot, so 100%, so 3 Triumph of the Light, move the Pillar, Loss and Predict 2, this is the best card against Tarot, especially when you are the first player. Powering the Way. Later I explain how I set up my team against the enemy teams, so you can I explain the value of the card. By the way, okay, 1 mana counter on Battle Rights, nothing more. 2 Bewitch and 1 Redirect. Bewitch is the without Gurbian, because I don't pick Gurbian when I pick or Kojov or Rapid, right? I have 2 Time Warp on Chivalry and 2 Bewitch, so 4-1, but not important, because the only thing that I need the high value is the attack of Chivalry, and Chivalry at flip 2, so no problem for have 4-1 in the deck. It happened that I choose to bring Time Warp instead of Shove for this reason, because Time Warp is playable from Kojov and deck 2, so it's probably better than Shove. I bring Shove on Gurgan because with Shove with 2 heroes that cast green, Shove is better than Time Warp, of course. So yeah, this is the deck, and now we go on. My outsider is the Saint Ambassador, and now on TTS I explain to how I choose to play it. Here we go. So against Nukten and Kurumo, or aggro deck in general, the best setup is Chivalry here, Freya here, and Asida here. Like as my last video deck check of Liothan that I have in my page of YouTube channel. The best start you can do is Shapeshift Astrida, go in the dome for lead, Astrida go here, attack the minion and spawn and lead, and Freya can choose. If you are the first player, you can choose if you want move, attack the minion and skirmish in the dome for win the dome, or if you are safe that you don't lose the outsider because your opponent has 2 heroes in the mid, you can move here, attack the minion and play presence, so you can win by 1 usually, and tie the dome, so it's fine every time. If you win the dome and you tie or lose the mid is not important because Astrida is on a range for shapeshift attack elite, so you can probably go back to the control token and you are safe, your Nexus is safe. And with the Saint Ambassador you can, for example, put here, you can swap Freyel with the enemy heroes on the face on Shilavi, attack the enemy heroes and slow, and when you are the first player with Shilavi you can start to attack the enemy heroes too, especially with the 0 armor you literally destroy the enemy. Usually this is my best opening and I do this against Nupten and Kurumo every time, so it's fine. But today I want to focus this setup, how I set up my team against the two worst deck for me, that is Liothan full control, so Brilvar, Freyel and Astrida. This setup is very worst because enemy team has armor for Brilvar, because as you know Brilvar gives +1 armor for within 3 axes and taunt, so it's very strong, and the Freyel ability and Freyel healing cards completely destroy my plane. So especially when we are the first player and we are the second player. I start when we are the second player. When we are the second player and River do this and go on the middle, he plays Safeguard and turn on Tunnels or Shrislam. It's not the best thing for us, so I prefer to go first. But we are the second player, and there isn't the hunting for power like us victory cards, because with hunting for power you can see the streaming of the semi-final against Doc Nika, that I have prepared the shotting the outsider at the start activation round 2. The setup is different, but without hunting for power we probably don't have to bring Freyel here, and probably we have to go with Astrida, Ekrit and Kojov. Sorry, Ekrit and Shilavi. And Kojov is the last heroes. Or you can bring Kojov in the main and put Ekrit here and try to do some damage with Kojov. But I have supposed that Kojov is not enough. It's not enough because, yeah, it is a piercing damage and it can make a lot of damage, especially with the strength of the pack, especially with the bolt, but it's not enough. It's not enough, so probably the best thing is Shilavi, that if you lose mid, you can start with the to destroy 2 minions, because this setup is very strong and very difficult to kill them, but with Shilavi that kills 2 minions and Ekrit that push, he has to pay a lot of attention. And we have, remember that we have Bewitch too, we have Bear in the Way for counter the enemy Bewitch or Astrida show spawning, and yeah, really this is not completely that against the Liothan, because you can predict 2, so you can choose the lead if you want the lead, so it's not completely that. And we can and we have 5 remove condition for Brewer, so Brewer is not a problem, literally don't be a problem. And with Exhaustion, remember that if outsider is on the table and you disarm it, it can be a plane that play Exhaustion for remove the disarm and outplay the frenzy to the outsider for try to kill Freyel or Astrida. So probably we take it here when we are the second player. I remember this is when we are the second player. He has to pay attention because Freyel can't go here safe, because Freyel Equid can go here and push him back from the dome. So if we want to win the dome or we want the mid with this setup, is we can choose what to win. So probably this is a very long game, but when we are the first player, completely different. Because when we are the first player, Shilavi can shapeshift, move here and kill 2 minions. When we kill 2 minions here, and we don't have to bring the Equity, it's not necessary because we can destroy 2 minions on round 1, so it's fine. But we need another heroes. For example, we can bring Freyel, why not, or Korjov. But probably the best option is Freyel in the mid and Korjov in like 4th for the cards. And the stack of the pack with Freyel is a lot of damage. So this is I confirm that this is the best setup. And Freyel can shapeshift Astrida, go in the dome and lead, and Astrida can go in the mid, spawn and lead, and he can, if he choose to win the dome, yeah, but we have to push a lot, and with 5 remove condition and nothing else, it's not a problem. We don't have to be scared from river. So yeah, with the first player, this starting opening is very good. Of course, everything changes when there is anti for power, because we can lock the we have only to win the dome and hard mulligan for the healing cards of Freyel, like sacrifice. Oops, sorry. Like sacrifice for dealing damage and nourish, and we have to clock the outsider here, and he can't respond, especially when we are shift and we attack the outsider gain disarm thanks to Astrida ability. So he can do more, because if he flip 1+ against us, we can revenge. So yeah, it's not probably the best option for the outsider we that attack back. Other matchup that is not easy for us is Taulat. Against Taulat, for example, if we play against Drakali of Curse, Ishatosk, and Nantaka, for example, or Zakwar, it's not a problem. How we can do the best thing? Again, this is different if we are the first player or second player, because of course equity is a thing. Equity is the best heroes that you can have in this matchup, because with the wind barrier attack you can remove the pillar and the minions too, and with the Triumph of the Light you can predict, so you can destroy the pillar for that Trakalia has done to prevent the minion damage, and you choose to flip what you will flip for the attack. So if you respond with Dream of Taulat or Stone Barricade for make another Taulat, another pillar again near the minion, okay, you choose to flip the +2, and Takali, if you want to prevent, you have to prevent 4 damage or 8 damage, so it's a lot of damage. And probably the best option is Shilavi, with Korjov in the side, or Korjov in the main and Shilavi in the side, but probably Shilavi is that every time is better. And like for this ultimate, for example, or because when he attack, he take a lot of damage. So this is the best option probably against this setup. And when we are the first player, we have to mulligan for Triumph of the Light, for example, and with Astrida we can go with Shapeshift, Move, and Attack. If we want to respond with the Dream of Taurot for make a pillar here, we can respond with Triumph of the Light for remove this and destroy the minion, spawn the minion. And with the Predict 2 is very important because if we choose the 3 mana cards, we have to remember that let it in top, and when we start with the other heroes, we can lead from the top, etc. So it's very good. How we can do if we don't have Triumph of the Light in hand, it's not a problem at all. I think that we have to play, we have to make this opening anyway, because if your opponent doesn't have Triumph of the Light, Dream of Tarot, we can make a very advantage. So, and with the spawn here, Ishatos can only go here, and so can go, because usually towers play Safeguard and Underground Tunnels. So if your opponent go first and go here and play Safeguard, is completely destroy our plane, except for another move that I let you see soon. So if we are the first player, we can probably do this for counter this thing. And with Accurate, again, with Accurate we can do a lot of things. We can we can do everything. We can probably, the best thing is go in the dome, worship, and lead. If we lose the mid, we are ready for killing some minions. We can only to move our Accurate. And with Shilavi we can prepare some damage to Trakali. We can move Skirmish and attack Trakali, and so we can, or an Attacka, it's the same. If we are second player, of course, this is the opening of our opponent. So Ishatos go here, Ishatos or Zakol is not the same, it's not the different. Make a pillar, and for example lead. In this way you can prevent with Vakari these two minions, with Safeguard these minions. So it's not the best thing we can do, but we can start to play yeah, for example, if you have the Triumph of the Light, we can do the same, because if he has Dream of Taurot, we can remove the Dream of Taurot. If he has Safeguard, okay, he has to play Safeguard, and it's the same. So probably the best thing is not Shapeshift Astrida here. So only move, attack, and we have to see what your opponent do. And now we can choose. Depends of the victory cards, of course, but if we don't have Triumph of the Light and he plays, or we have and he plays Safeguard, we are safe here, because he has to, for example, if Ishatoskas lead, we can lead with Asuda 2 and with I, and we are at the advantage of we are second player, so we can see what your opponent do. For example, the more safe movement is an attack in the dome, lead, and pillar, and he now can prepare the Umbral Rites on turn 2. So now we can let the opponent win the dome and try to do our best for destroy the minions and set up damage to Takali. So for example, we can we can move exit here. Oh yeah, usually we probably do this, sorry, and go in the safe lane. Okay. So for example, we can go here, we can worship the illusion here and attack this one. We can remove one pillar, we can set up some damage to the Trakali, so it's fine. And now we can choose. Probably he has to go for the Nexus. So if we, as for example, move, attack this minion, okay, and place a pillar here with he has an advantage by 1, so we can choose if we want to tie the dome, for example, the mid. So for example, go here, attack this minion, and if we want to save the minion, we set up a lot of damage, because 4++ is not a thing on Trakali, and the shapeshift ourselves, for example. In this case, he was the dome, he win the dome, but we have 4-5-8 with time mid. So time mid is fine, I think. For example, in the top 8 match, I choose to win the dome because there is a Scatter Master. Of course, the victory cards is a thing. I can try only to explain the dynamic of you can find against Taurot, that safeguard for save the minion in this opening movement is a thing. Underground tunnels too. For example, the Dream of Taurot for instant speed with Trakali for save the minion from the spawn is a thing. So you have to pay attention to this, but it's not indestructible. You can solve this plane, you can only to play better than your opponent, and you have to it's very important to mulligan hardest and the best card for try to find one bar in the way, one Triumph from the Light, and Nightmare's Incarnate is fine too because destroy the pillar. So it's very important to the mulligan, is very important against Tarot. But if there is Hunting for Power or Scatter Master, you have to play better your opponent, and you have to reach these victory cards before your opponent. For example, against Tarot we have say that we bring Astrida, Shilavi, Equid, and Corridor. Okay, if we draw 6 and we have okay, oh my god, this is easy mulligan, 3 charm, time warp, and the ulti of Kordrov. And depends, if we are the first player and there is Scatter Master, we have if we are the first player in general, we keep the presence. If we are the second player, probably we can mulligan it. So depends. For example, we are the first player, we draw this. Okay, this is a very good card with very good hand. We have 2 from the Light, Bar in the Way, presence, Bewitch, so it's very fine. This Bewitch is very good against especially when we are the second player, right? Because we can respond to Umbrella Rights with Bewitch. That is not the same, but it can solve parts of the problem. If we are the second player and we draw this, okay, probably we have to mulligan only Redirect and Charm. Presence is fine, so because we have already Bar in the Way and Through the Light, so we can draw 2 cards. Yeah, this is very good again, very good hand. We have lead, we have a response, so yeah. I like this type of mulligans. So for example, the general average, what is the average modifier when we build the aggro building? So if we pick Astrida, Fraiela, Shilari and Gurban, the side is 1.15. We have every time 13 mana cards, but we have 7 plus 3 cards and 6 plus 2 cards. It's very good, and we have to play around these numbers when you play. You have to see your discard pile. We have to count very better. And if we are the first player against Nukten or Kurumo, oh no, wait, okay. Okay, so if we are the first player against Nukten, probably we have to mulligan this one, we have to mulligan 1 2 mana cards maybe. For example, probably Lasha Rebirth and draw 3. Okay, this hand is very good because we have the 3 mana cards of lead for the mid, we have presence to make it on the dome or vice versa. We have 2 healing cards, we have the disarm to stay alive, we have presence on turn 2, so it's very good. And if we are the second player and we draw this hand, okay, against Kurumo probably, against Sakoshi especially, I take Charm, but against Nukten that play probably if we are second player against a Nukten we can mulligan 1 2. Snowblind is fine, Sacrifice is fine, do 2 3 mana cards. Probably we can mulligan Soul Scream. Yeah, Soul Scream. And we draw 3. This hand is good. Very good. We have a lot of quality on the turn 2 with Time Warp, Presence and Snowblind. We have a lot of damage with Freyel if we can do that. We have 3 mana cards for leading on turn 1. So, especially when Akuti move worship and attack on the mid, we don't need to lead the from hand on mid. We can only to lead from the top and try to tie the dome. With Chasm is fine. So yeah. Now, for example, what if we are against Liothan and the setup is the same of we have talked before, so this one. Okay, 2 charm is fine, 2 ultimate, this is very good. If you are the first player, probably I can mulligan 1 charm and the ultimate of Freyel. Okay, this end is very good. This end is very good against Liothan. We have charm for Brilvar or Astrida, we have sacrifice to place some damage with Freyel. Yeah, but you know, this is where there is oh, sorry, my bad. This is only when there is hunting for power. So in general, we have this setup with Epic in the side or Cardiff in the side, Epic in the main. Yeah, sorry. So if you are the first player, this hand is so good. Presence turn 1, presence turn 2 with time warp that we can counter the Brilvar taunt or choose or to win the dome or not. Redirect counter the attack of Astrida 2. Probably we can discard this Strength of the Pack and nothing else. Yeah, this is the perfect hand. Yeah. And if we are first player, because Flux Presence is a thing. If we are second player, we can if we are second player, we don't wow, probably I keep with this hand because I don't want to lead the Ice for the Storm because it's very good, so probably I will lead Wine Blast or Chasm, probably Chasm. We have Nightmares Incarnate for kill the minion. Probably, yeah, probably like a second player Nightmares Incarnate is not good, but Liothan full control don't play destroy minions, only Bear Witch maybe. So Nightmares Incarnate is 1 point more for us on the control, and this is very good. So probably this is the best, and we can do that. We can have. So this deck I play this. I defined this like as mid-range, and I have tried to explain the best view of we can do with this team. It's enough. If you have any question about the building of the deck and why I have choose some cards instead of other, or why for me the perfect number of the 3 mana cards is 9 plus 4 ultimate, so 13 is a thing. I am around in Discord, I am available on the YouTube channel, so let me have your feedback and see you again on my next video.